Los Angeles, California. We're the Mad Scientist Party Hour. Got boogies.
Eat 'em.
Hello there, fine feathered friends, and welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name is Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who has had his pants and underwear repossessed by his bookie, and now he's jacking his boner off with another man's ass. That's Jeff Clark.
All right, at least the guy's not jacking me off. I'm using his butthole for it.
Yeah. What? Come on, that's good.
That's not
And
gay.
joining us from the dark side of the moon, the bearded, trippy booger eater known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo, brap, brap.
All right, we're back from a little bit of time off and a little out of sync with the schedule, which I take full blame for. I really thought that I had gotten on the same page with Geoff and Shuddy and the Puminati, and I don't think I was on the same page with anybody.
Yesterday was definitely something where, like, Jeff and I were having a conversation in the group chat about what time we were recording. Complete radio silence from you, understandably, as you were on an international flight over the Pacific Ocean. But Jeff and I sat in Zoom for half hour-ish.
Oh, fuck.
Tried calling you, both went to voicemail. We're like, did Carl Gabby Petito Kevin? And like I was like, Jeff, I thought Kevin was home. He was texting me Friday night about snowboarding in December. I can't imagine he'd be doing that from Southeast Asia. So maybe something's wrong. And
Yeah, Carl was
just like
Carl was getting ready, and I was like, oh shit, I just realized I'm going to be back on the East Coast in a few weeks, and Shuddy wanted to do a snowboarding trip with, me and my sister and cool Jeff, and I was like, I haven't started the ball rolling on that at all. So I looked at what time it was on the East Coast, and I'm texting with Joy, and now I'm texting with Shuddy, and I didn't realize that I was giving the false impression that I was back.
So I thought you were home, but then Jeff goes, I just saw him post from Asia yesterday. So then it was like, what's wrong? Then like we called it at like 4:45 Eastern. And then we kept texting about it. Like, what do I do? Like, Jeff was like, should we start to worry? I'm like, text Carl. Maybe Kevin's phone is just dead. Like, and then maybe 2 hours later, he goes, what do we do? I go, well, let's give them to the morning before I reach out to Helen or Joy, because we don't want them to worry unnecessarily, because Kevin could be traveling and we're just idiots. Let's not fucking start sending out search parties until tomorrow morning.
Hey, Carl, are you dead?
Well, yeah, I asked if you guys are flying back. I expected one of you guys to maybe get the Wi-Fi. That's why when me and Shuddy texted the group chat and got radio silence, I was like, I'm gonna hit up him on Instagram, because no psycho would take a fucking long flight and not pay for the Wi-Fi, and that's exactly what had happened apparently,
Yeah,
which is very odd to me.
I do not pay for the Wi-Fi. I paid for it once and couldn't get a single thing to load. And I was just like, what the fuck did I just pay for? This is ridiculous. So I've just never bothered past that.
I feel you. How much was the Wi-Fi though?
Oh, if I wanted to? Or
Yeah.
I have no idea. I didn't even check. I ahead of time. So with all the traveling that I do, I sign up for every possible frequent flyer. We flew Singapore Air, and I can't imagine I'm going to be a regular traveler to Singapore. But it was just like, I'm flying. Most places, their frequent flyer miles and points don't expire. So I just have a rule where I sign up for everything. And then I saw this thing where it was like, when you're in the flight, enter your frequent flyer thing and you'll get Wi-Fi. And I was like, oh, sick. All right, maybe this will be different. And when we got on our first flight, which was 18 hours, I put my thing in, and it was like, oh, for frequent flyers, outside of the gold exclusive, whatever the fuck pay for first class tier is, it was like you get a section of the flight with Wi-Fi. And I was like, a section? What the fuck does that even mean? Like, how do I select it? And I was just so off put by that. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I have tons of movies at my disposal. I'm going to be sleeping for a lot of this. So I'm not even going to bother. I didn't even think of it.
Yeah, I usually just keep the shitty Southwest Wi-Fi, and it's like a coin flip on whether it works well or not. And when it doesn't work well, I get really mad and just reload everything, hit refresh, and that's pretty much my travel. Sometimes it's pretty good though, but I gotta pay for it. Like it's only $8. So, if I lose $8, it's kind of like, well, that sucks, but that's like less than a buying a beer if I were to go out for a beer. I haven't really in a while. So it's always an investment I'm going to make.
So, but because of that, when Geoff sent that, we were just glad that you were alive. That was a legitimate. That wasn't a joke.
Yeah,
like,
I was dead serious.
I was fully serious. Like
to go back to Shuddy and me and Shuddy texting, like the timeline. I don't think he drilled down on it. So after we called it after like 30 minutes of waiting for you to respond. Like probably 6 or 7 hours went by and you still hadn't messaged us back. And I was like, well, wait a second.
Literally, the text message,
weird.
like, let's give it till the morning before we fucking start contacting family members. And then like 20 minutes later, you text that you just landed in LA. It was perfect.
Yeah, because it's like I was like, am I being like, I straight up was like, Shuddy, am I being a pussy? Like, I mean, he's been doing this podcast for 14 years, 15 years. Like, I feel like, and you're usually, anytime we have like a scheduling change, like, you were really buttoned up with that shit. You remember it. Yeah, obviously, you write it down on your fucking post-its or however you remember it. You always remember it and you communicate it beforehand. So, like, if we were going to schedule Tuesday, I figured either me or Shuddy would have remembered or it would have been in our group chat and it wasn't. So I was just like, oh no, like
I know
we got a Kevin Petito situation. Now, I thought I was going to hit up Carl and she'd give us like an OJ response. Like, well, the problem was that I loved him too much. Just like, oh God.
See,
I don't know where
my
he
dumbass,
went, but I really loved him with all my heart. And he just ran out of our Thai hotel, and I've never seen him again.
Like of mice and men, Lenny like loves his bunny so much that he just crushes it.
Yeah. Pretty sure that's like Gabby Petito's boyfriend wrote in like his fucking suicide letter.
So it's
like,
been
I didn't kill her. If I'm guilty of anything, it's loving her too much. Like, okay, you murdered her.
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened.
I thought that, leading up to this trip, I've had to get so much stuff. Like, we do all these weekly shows on Patreon that we had to get scheduled ahead of time. And I've had
Backleaf for no cleave.
Well, of course, those are always done on the day they post. But like a lot of stuff to take care of in that department, a lot of stuff to take care of outside of this, John Cooper meetings and stuff that I had scheduled. And there was a lot. So these past few weeks especially have been just busier than usual. And I could have sworn, because I did the same thing. Like when you guys were like, I saw that first text of like, we're just happy you're alive. And then I was like, wait a second. That wasn't Geoff just making a joke. You guys really were concerned. I was like, oh, fuck. So I start looking through the text and I'm like, didn't I say? And literally the only thing was because Shuddy Boy, as you guys heard last week, Shuddy had some traveling and had to go to Texas, and he's got some stuff on the schedule. So we were both in the MSPH group chat saying, hey, these are the days I'm unavailable. And that was a while ago, and that was literally the only mention I made was I'm going to be unavailable from this date to this date. And I feel like a total jerk off. I thought I even said on the last episode we did, I land back late Monday night, so we're going to have to record on Tuesday. I did not say that. I'm sorry.
I was like, wait, I almost like hit up like some people on the Puminati. Like, what did Kevin say?
I even
Help me
listened
out
back
here, Ginger.
today.
Did Kevin tell us we were recording next Tuesday?
Like I skimmed the episode and I was like, "Fuck, I'm a dumbass. I didn't even mention it." So I feel like an idiot. You know, you guys have been very chill with taking a week off and then a day late on the recording schedule because we usually do on Mondays. So I apologize. I did not get kidnapped. I did not get petitoed. I did not get locked up in a Singaporean or Thai jail. And clearly, since you're hearing my voice right now, I am not dead. But there was a lot that happened between these two events.
Singapore and Thailand?
Yeah, so
those are the two countries you went to, right?
Yeah. Friday night.
All right. So real quick, which one's cooler?
Kind of tough, but I might give Singapore a slight edge.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably pretty nice.
Singapore.
Like architecturally.
Oh my God, dude, it is. Because, Singapore and Thailand are very southern. Like, they're very close to the equator, so they're both incredibly warm.
Yeah.
And this is like their colder season, but I even Googled it. I think the coldest temperature ever recorded in Singapore was like 67 degrees.
And it's humid. It's probably always humid there, right?
Yeah, they're both very close to the equator. They're both jungle climates. They're both in the jungle. So it is fucking... The humidity is like, it's like Marvel versus Capcom super move is fucking ready to go. Like it is just max out full blast swamp ass city.
The only thing that you could compare it to for me that I would understand would be New Orleans. So 0 to 100% or further, how much of it is like New Orleans?
Well, the only difference is New Orleans gets a winter, and this is about the coolest it ever gets in those regions. I think maybe December is like a little bit colder, but I think on average the coldest day you're going to get is like 75 degrees, and everything we got was mid to high 80s with 100% humidity. So both countries, the second you step outside, your clothing is paper mache to you with sweat. It was both countries were 3 showers a day, just because you're just pouring fucking sweat and you feel, nasty.
Did the hotels have like laundry?
No.
What?
So I accounted for. They might have for like an extra fee. We didn't really look into it. I just accounted for that with extra clothes packing. Like I packed every pair of underwear that I own. multiple shirts to account for some share like wardrobe changes.
That's the limits of Amazon Prime and send underwear there to your hotel.
Yeah. But yeah, so Singapore left Friday night at a 10 o'clock flight, and we landed Sunday morning. That is how long the flight paired with an extreme time change that I was dealing with. And, as most of my travel stories start, the flight.
But that's how, I would say 99% of your travel stories start.
Yeah.
Unless there's like an eventful Uber ride to the flight.
Never without incident, these flights. So, flight got delayed a little bit, which is fine and to be expected on an international flight when you're in the midst of a government shutdown and air traffic control is stretched to its absolute limits.
Oh, come on, relax, guy.
The flight we were on, it was one of those 9-seaters. So you got 3 seats, an aisle, 3 middle seats, an aisle, and then 3 seats on the other side of the plane. We got seated in the maternity row. So while we're
there's babies, is you next to babies.
While we're sitting at the gate waiting to board, she's looking at the ticket and she's like, "Huh, this says something about us being in the maternity row." And I was like, is that on purpose? Are those the seats you picked? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, well, it sounds like then we are in the maternity row. Yeah. And we sit down, and the seats are, they're like the front of the line. So there's like a wall in front of you, not an extra seat.
They got like, instead of the drop down masks, they got like drop down breast pumps.
Yeah. And of course, sitting right next to me, because I took the middle seat, is a mom and a newborn baby.
Sure, that baby had a lot to say.
Dude, I sat down and I was just like, this is going to be the longest 18 hours of my fucking life. And that baby barely made a peep. I couldn't fucking believe it. I could not believe it.
Hey, so maybe they gave it some like baby CBD.
Dude, I said when we landed, I was like, how did you get so lucky with such like a well-behaved baby? And she was like, I have no idea. She's like, but she is awesome. She never really cries, and this is her first long flight, so I was really nervous, and I'm glad she stayed true to her character, but it was astounding.
Should have handed her cash. Like, go get yourself a drink on me. Like, I good job. I would have said something mid-flight, but I didn't want to jinx it.
I didn't have any Singaporean space bucks on me, otherwise I would have, but it was astounding.
Greenbacks, baby. I
will also say to anybody who has never flown Singapore Air, what was that business where they came under fire because the CEO like specifically only hired hot chicks?
I don't know, but that should have never came under fire. I think, wasn't it Fox News Corp?
I don't know, but Singapore Air is functioning under the same thing. It's essentially a modeling agency. Just
flight attendants, just bangers.
Straight up minxes. Every single one of them was like, holy shit. Like, I couldn't believe my eyes. I was just like, this is like a beauty pageant. So if you ever get the chance to fly Singapore Air and you're a straight dude or a lesbian, you're going to enjoy yourself.
Fair enough. I mean, that gives me one reason to go to Southeast Asia or South Asia.
So I basically, we were landing, like I said, we were going to land Sunday morning, and a giant time change, looking at some extreme jet lag. So I sort of timed it out, and I was like, all right, at what point in this flight can I fall asleep, and God willing, I get 8 hours of sleep and wake up, what will put me on the proper time zone schedule? So it kind of worked out. I didn't get the best straight interrupted sleep, but I got a nice collection of solid naps and woke up and stayed awake at a good time where it didn't really fuck up my jet lag. So that was awesome. The Singapore in general, like I said, it's a beautiful city built amongst a jungle. So it's kind of very similar to Tokyo, but the foliage, the trees, everything there is very tropical, so it's all lush and palm trees everywhere, and they actually incorporate a lot of it into the building. So there's all these skyscrapers, and they're covered in plants and trees. And it's fucking sick. It's really, really cool looking. The city/country itself is big money, so it's expensive. We did not really partake in just, hey, let's just go do a shitload of activities and go do some shopping because there are no deals to be had. The whole country is essentially like the Short Hills Mall. I'm sure everybody has their own equivalent where every store is like Gucci, Balenciaga. Like
Where is that?
New Jersey. So like growing up, there was a Livingston Mall, which I went to all the time, which was dope.
Which had the sickest drugs.
And it's now essentially 90% boarded up and crumbling. Very depressing. The Short Hills Mall, which was all the designer brands, which was the place my grandma liked. They're like, hey, we're going to the mall. And I'd be all pumped. And they're like, it's the Short Hills Mall. I'd be like, fuck, their toy store sucks.
They have a fucking arcade.
No arcade. Their toys were all rich kid toys, which all blew. Zero interest.
Hey, Grandma, next time can you put on some lipstick? Because I like to get fucked, or I like to get kissed when I get fucked.
And it's all shopping. It's essentially like it's a travel destination for rich people to go to when they're sick of shopping at their local Gucci store and they want to fly to Singapore and shop in one of their Gucci stores, because it's essentially one big mall. You walk from one building to the next building, they all are malls. It's a series of interconnected malls with all the same high-end shopping places. So, but I will say, the Singapore airport is just known for kind of being a spectacle in itself, and it has a mall attached to it. So, we landed in
Yeah.
Singapore.
Is that where you didn't you post like an Instagram of like this waterfall?
Yeah.
Was that in the airport in
Yeah.
Singapore airport?
Yep.
It was, right?
So it's at this place called the Jewel, and essentially, like, we landed in the morning and we couldn't check into our hotel until like 3 p.m. So we had a long time to kill. So we just walked around this massive mall, which was fucking sick. Like, just everything about it was beautiful, and a lot of cool photo ops. Like most malls nowadays, it was a lot of tchotchkes and come in and check out all these different blind boxes. And Carl was on her Labubu hunt.
Dude, I don't know what you even just said. Tchotchkes
You don't know what a
and
tchotchke
blind
is?
boxes? I don't know.
Like
No.
knickknacks.
Okay. Okay.
Like tiny purchases, like get this little elephant toy.
Or did you find a Labubu?
Yeah, Carl found all the Labubus she was after. Like, I think there's only 2 countries that have exclusive Labubus that you can only buy there, and they just happen to be Singapore and Thailand. And I was like, that's very, very
sure, that's a
suspect.
coincidence.
I said the same exact thing.
Oh, did she pretend like she didn't know that when you got there? Oh, what?
Yeah.
You can buy them just straight from the store here?
Dude, you couldn't even do that. Like,
What do you mean?
they made a limited amount of them. They put them in the stores. They instantly sold out, and they're all just only available through resellers. So
Oh shit!
when you're walking
Markups and
around,
stuff.
yeah, there's a lot of just, those kiosks that are just selling random things, and everybody had them. And she went around all of them and found whoever was selling it for the cheapest, and then haggled with them and be like, hey, if I just pay you in cash, can I get it for cheaper? And she managed to score them, which would have been way cheaper than just buying them on eBay.
That's pretty sweet, though.
Yeah.
When do you think the side note? A little bit of a tangent here. When do you think the little blue thing's gonna end? Do you have like a over under
it
on?
essentially already has.
So just Carl's hanging on to. She's just hoarding like a dead trend.
She really likes those 2 things. So the sort of mascot of Singapore is a merlion.
What? Is that like a Harry Potter thing? Merlion?
Yeah, what do you think a merlion is?
Are you saying merlion?
Yes.
I would say a lion with. I think it's a fish with gills, and it's got the same like physique and look as a lion, just without legs.
Kind of. It's
Oh, wow, okay.
It's a fish with a lion head. So it's like a
Yeah,
mermaid
all right, yeah,
body.
I was kind of right, yeah.
With a lion head stuck on top of it. And there's this massive statue of one, like in the harbor, that is like a big fountain just constantly spewing water. So that's their thing. It's on like all the T-shirts. It's on all the souvenirs. It's a huge part of Singapore is the merlion.
To me, I just guessed that 100% accurately. Like that's exactly. Maybe it didn't come out like that. That's exactly what I was trying to say. All right, so I feel good about that.
So there is a Labubu that just has a mermaid lower half, and that's the Singapore exclusive. So she wanted that one, and then the Thailand one just has like some sort of outfit to it that's Thai themed. Whatever. She just
it's got a lady boy Labubu.
she just wanted those, and she fucking got them. As far as all the other ones, it used to be you had to buy like either use an app and just beat out the bots and randomly get one because
the sneakers app.
They never made it to store shelves. They sold out online anytime there was a restock. you can now pretty much go into any Pop Mart and buy one. But you know, that's neither here nor there. Outside of Singapore, it is a lot of Indian tourists. I mean, it's a massive tourist country, but it's mostly Indians and Australians. So you would have hated it with your thoughts on Australians.
Yeah, I'm cooler. I'm much cooler than Indians, though.
It was everywhere we went. We heard a lot of this.
How dare get your hands off me! This is the way you got me on the penis before. Get your hand off my penis!
A lot of that guy around.
Dude, so there's a spot down the street called Uncle Fung Borneo Eatery, and it's an Indonesian, Malaysian, and Singaporean food spot. And my brother's been there a couple times with his girlfriend, and he said it was fucking bomb. The first time I went was like years ago, and I thought it was pretty good, but he said that they like stepped it up a little bit and added things to the menu, so I might check it out. But how was Singapore food?
It was good. So they have tons of restaurants and high-end stuff, and then they also have a lot of American They also had Tim Hortons. It was interesting seeing a Canadian staple.
Yeah. Did they have Applebee's?
No Applebee's.
You said American stuff. Like they have the OG Olive Garden.
They might have. But a lot of fast food chains. So they had McDonald's, Burger King, shit like that.
Were you able to go into any of them and see like exotic menu items that aren't available in America?
I did leaving Thailand in the airport. I stopped at Burger King and did a hijack snack attack. So,
oh, nice! I still have to see it. Obviously,
anybody who is on the Puminati Elite Extreme tier of our Patreon, I did put. Sorry, I'm like barfing a lot. Yeah, I'm still a little fucked up. But there's some videos and stuff up there and some stuff that's scheduled to post. But yeah, I did. They had a. Hold on, let me see if I can remember the correct order of all these words. The Thailand exclusive at Burger King is a Danish croissant Angus burger.
Danish croissant Angus burger.
So instead of a bun, it's a croissant. Angus patty, cheese, pickles, barbecue sauce, tartar sauce. And obviously I got it without the onions. And I had the same reaction. I'm not a big tartar sauce guy, so I was like, this is going to be nasty, but at least I'll get a funny video for Patreon. And it actually wasn't bad. Like, there was so much going on that I couldn't really taste the tartar sauce.
Yeah, was there like tartar sauce on the bottom bun and barbecue sauce on the top bun?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I wonder how it would taste like combined, like if you mixed them. I mean, I know you're doing that in your mouth, kind of, but you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then their exclusive apple pie is a taro and corn apple pie. I mean, there's no apple; it's just taro and corn pie. So I did a burger and a dessert review.
Taro.
Yeah, I'm a big taro guy.
Dude, there is a Hawaiian donut spot in Long Beach on 2nd Street. 2nd Street keeps adding just bomb ass restaurants and food spots. I sent you the ice cream shop that's opening up there. Forget what I sent it via Instagram. I forget what they do that's different. But anyways, they have a Hawaiian donut shop that I've been going to for the last 7 Sundays. I have a 7-week winning streak in the NFL, and if you've ever seen Bull Durham, which I don't think you have you seen Bull Durham?
I don't think so.
It's a football movie, and one of the lessons taught to the minor leaguers is you never fuck with a winning streak. So, like, Sunday morning, me and Bill, we go and get a donut and a coffee, and they make their donuts with taro, and every donut is fresh made. Like, they don't have like a display case. Like, they make every one of them fresh when you're there, and they're fucking bomb, dude.
No shit.
Gotta come check it out sometime.
Yeah.
And they're open like mad late. I think they'll have like DJs every now and then there.
That's I mean, I live right by a pizza place that throws pizza raves, which I don't fucking
Dude.
understand it. This place is packed to the gills with a DJ and lame ass techno playing. And all these young kids are in there just fucking packed to the gills. Like, how do you even get that started? Like, how does one person say to their group of friends, hey, do you want to go to a rave at a pizza place, and not get immediately blocked from the friend group? But it is packed constantly. I don't get it.
I'll listen to like these new disco or like funky groove playlists on YouTube where it's just like a DJ, usually a hot chick that's like spinning, I don't know, like new disco or funky. And it's just something to help me like listen to stuff or have something that I don't like, doesn't have a lot of words in it that I can just zone out to and do my like sports betting stuff. But it's usually just like a DJ at a coffee shop or like a DJ. Yeah, like a DJ at a coffee shop. So that's kind of what I envisioned the pizza place being by you.
But yeah, as we mentioned on the last episode we did, a lot of rules in Singapore. A lot of ways you can get yourself in trouble. And I made sure to be very well behaved. And I did not get fined. But there are so many things that are illegal in Singapore. Like, obviously, like there's no gum. Not allowed to have gum. Not allowed to chew gum.
Can you smoke cigarettes?
Yeah. You cannot
vape.
I
figured that.
Vaping is illegal.
Do you know the reason for that?
Just because it, they
looks gay.
Even on the subway, they have all these ads all over the place of like, so-and-so was 17, but they started vaping and now they're dead. Like, they're very anti-vaping. And there is a fine. You get fined if you don't flush the toilet. I don't know how they enforce that, but it's on the books. They even sell,
They would just have to shut down every gas station bathroom in America, I think.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The souvenir shops sell magnets that say Singapore is a fine city, and then they list all the things you can get fined for. Like you get a $1,000 fine if you spit. Like I said, not flushing the toilet, vaping, like all this stuff. Feeding birds, you get fined for. They're very locked in as a country.
I wouldn't want it to deter my vacation, but I wouldn't hate getting some legal analysis on why these laws exist.
Well, I think the gum thing is people were the whole city is connected by a very efficient and well-placed subway system. So it's very, very easy to get around to where you're going. They run like clockwork. It's kind of like Japan. It's affordable. It's the one thing in Singapore that is affordable. And people were like spitting their gum onto the tracks or some shit like that. I think the whole reason behind the gum ban is it was fucking up the public transit.
All right. Well, is it legal to piss in the subway tracks? Because, we've all been there before.
No, you can't. There's no public pissing. They frown upon that as well.
Fucking Kenyan.
But I did get to go to a metal bar, the only metal bar in Singapore, the Flying V, and we went on a weeknight, and Carl and I were the only two people there, so it was a little awkward. But the guy gave me an iPad, and he was like, hey, you're in control of the music. So
he gave me the aux cord. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so that was fun. Just drinking Iron Maiden beer and playing death metal. And then we went to a tiki bar. They actually, I don't know if you've heard of the drink, the Singapore Sling, but it was apparently...
Is it out here in America?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
I think Johnny Depp drinks a lot of them in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. But it was invented by a bartender in Singapore, and that bar still exists. We didn't get to make it there, but we went to a tiki bar that...
Like an Asian white Russian?
Kind of. Except, different ingredients. But we were walking around during the day and saw this tiki bar, and I was like, wow, we should go there tonight. And then upon walking in, they were doing karaoke. So Carl was very in her league, in her pocket. She's a big karaoke fan, so
Asians love karaoke. It's crazy.
I got to suck down a lot of cocktails, and oh man, I could have phrased that better. And
Nah, look.
Carl got to do a lot of karaoke, and then we were on to Thailand. We went to Phuket.
Oh, good. I didn't miss the meaty part.
No, you didn't.
Should talk Thai. Should talk Thai real well.
Like I said, the heat, just a fucking scorcher, man. That humidity is no fucking joke. But the resort that Carl...
Are you talking about Thai? Like more so than Singapore?
I think so, yeah.
Was it like
Even
closer to the equator?
No, Singapore is.
Yeah. It's just weird. It doesn't seem like it would be that way. But yeah, I feel like I noticed the heat being a little bit more unbearable in Phuket. But Phuket I was not expecting. It's like a little rundown. Like Thailand itself is considered a developing nation, but there's, as you're driving around the city, you're seeing, they clearly started building these buildings and then for one reason or another gave up. So they're just overgrown with shrubs, discolored concrete, exposed rusted rebar. So you see a lot of that. A lot of the stuff that is completed has like those, those sheet metal roofs that are kind of like rusted. There's parts of the sidewalk that are just crumbled. And, in America, if something like that happened, it would be fixed really quickly and that would be really roped off. And here it's just an open pit. And if you fall in, you're falling into this fucking water flowing underneath, which I don't know what it is. It could be poop in there. Who knows? Might be poop, but just watch your step. Don't fall in.
How far is Phuket from Bangkok?
If you were to drive, I think about 12 hours.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
So you didn't even go to
miles.
Bangkok. Bad traffic.
Well, that's
terrible traffic.
When we landed in the airport, I was like, "So how close to the resort are we?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't know." So I popped it in the GPS, and it was like an hour and 45 minutes, and I was like, "Oh!" And you walk out, and all these barkers are coming at you like, taxi, 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 taxi. And you're just like, oh, fuck. Which one of these people aren't going to stab us and take our money? And the fare wasn't actually that bad for, if you're taking a fucking hour and 45-minute cab ride, you're taking out a second mortgage. You need to go,
you got to finance that trip.
Yeah. You're putting that on layaway. In Thailand, surprisingly, wasn't all that bad. But yeah, it was interesting, and the resort was very built up and kind of like separate little apartment buildings all scattered throughout, built up into a hill. Very beautiful, very lush plant life all over the place. And, when we got in there, we're kind of wiped out, dealing with jet lag, and put the TV on. And they have some very interesting rules, I guess, with their broadcasting in Thailand. So they bleep out people smoking. So like someone has a cigarette in their hands, and the second they put it in their mouth and take a drag, it's all blurred out. So it's like, wait a second, what happened here? Did that cigarette just turn into a penis for a second? Like why did that just get like censored? But they censor it when someone takes a drag, but not when they're holding it. If somebody has a gun in their hand, the second it's pointed at somebody in the same frame, that's blurred out.
Yeah.
And then just
Thailand sounds really woke.
And then like there was some horror movie we had on in the background, and like a dead body was getting like surgery, or someone's getting surgery, or an autopsy was being done. All that was blurred out. But then people are getting their heads blown off, and they show that. I couldn't make heads or tails of it. They bleep out middle fingers, but someone says cunt and unbleeped. Couldn't make heads or tails of it. Very weird. Our first full day there was torrential rain for like 30 hours straight.
I did see that Instagram post.
It was
threads.
Wild. Fucking wild. To the point where that was actually when our jet lag hit, which was like shockingly like 4 days into our trip. So Carl and I were both just zonked out, and it was like, you know what? Fine, nature. We'll take a day of just sleeping.
Recharge the batteries.
All day, yeah. So slept like a motherfucker for that. Interesting couple things about Thailand is the plumbing. So I Googled, is it safe to drink tap water? Not only is it not safe to drink it, it is not even safe to boil water and then drink it. That's how gnarly the water situation there is. And they said, we don't...
How do you make Kraft mac and cheese?
Bottled water. Everything is bottled water there.
Oh my God.
To the fact where ice is like a commercial industry because you can't just freeze the water. Like there are companies that just sell purified water and then they freeze that and send it out to restaurants for their drinks and stuff. So
my brain went fucking dumb. I was like, wait a second, they got ice in Thailand too? That sucks.
Yeah, they're deporting people in Thailand back to Thailand.
The deport Kevin's send his ass back to Singapore. Like, wait a second, I'm a tourist here too.
Dude, when I Googled it, it was like, you should not even use water to brush your teeth. Like, use bottled water and stuff for all of it.
When did you Google this?
When we got in. So the next day we
were you out all mad at Carl? Like, we had to fucking do this for your labubu. I can't get a goddamn glass of water. I can't brush my teeth.
Well, the next day when we had a bunch of questions that we just asked the receptionist at the hotel, like the resort, about. And I was like, what's your water situation like? Like, am I cool to brush my teeth? She's like, yeah, you can brush your teeth. Just don't drink it. And I was like, okay. So the first night I did use bottled water for my teeth brushery. But after she gave us
you have all of them?
All my teeth?
Yeah, you're good.
Yep. I didn't shit myself to death. I don't have diphtheria. But I think a lot of what they say is like
fever.
There's like a lot of toxic metals in the pipes, in the water, which is why you can't even boil it out. And then they're like, yeah, if you just straight up drink the water from the tap, you can get salmonella, E. coli. And I was just like, holy shit, that is gnarly. So the second thing to do with the plumbing is the toilet situation. So the first thing I noticed when I went into the bathroom in our hotel room was a sign that said, please do not flush toilet paper. And I was like...
Dude, they had the seashells.
yeah. It's like, what is this, Demolition Man? Next to the toilet is a hose with a shower head on it. So I'm like, all right, back to Google. What the fuck is going on here? Because there's a shelf behind it and no seashells, but there are these yellow bags called sanitary disposal bags. And my brain is doing the math like that fucking meme. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to after I take a shit, I have to wipe my ass and then throw the toilet paper in this sealable bag. And that's how I get rid of my poopy teepee. I go on Uncle Google, and that little faucet hose is colloquially known as a bum gun. So instead of wiping, you take this hose and you shove it in your ass. Well, not in your ass, but like in the toilet, and aim it at your ass, and you power wash all the poo out of your ass. And it is powerful, and it's not like a little bidet where it's just like a laser honed little, hit the clown with a balloon on its head in the mouth with a squirt gun. It's like a shower head. Like
it's a wide dispersal.
This thing could handle Andre the Giant's asshole. Like
it
hits everything.
Get one size fits all.
So I'm just like, oh my God. Luckily, because you guys know I'm all weird about pooping and stuff, and especially I'm sharing the room with Carl, I managed to successfully time all of my poos where I shot my ass with the bum gun and then hopped in the shower.
Oh, okay, nice. Are you gonna get a bum gun for your apartment?
I don't think so. But if you think about it, it sounds fucked up, And it sucks that you have to do that because that is the plumbing situation. But if you got shit on your hand, you wouldn't just wipe it off with a dry piece of paper. You would fucking go to the sink and scrub your hands with like hot water and soap. I mean, not Jeff, but Shuddy and I would.
Dude, I've washed my hands.
I just lick it off.
I've washed my hands after pooping for like the last 2 years. Probably should have updated the Puminati on that, but I'm washing my hands after every poop.
That's some serious growth, Jeff, and I'm proud of you.
Yeah, dude, I'm growing up.
But like, we don't treat our buttholes like that. Like poop falls out of your ass and then you just wipe it off with a dry piece of paper. It does make sense that you would want to wash it off. The bum gun thing is takes some getting used to because it does spray. It's fucking powerful and it sprays water everywhere. Here, I'll show you a picture I took of the toilet.
I mean, Kevin, if you would like a bum gun,
see, there's the bum gun.
I can order you one for Christmas right now and have it to your house in 2 days on Amazon for under $25.
Yeah,
I'll throw in.
Not interested.
I will Venmo you $12.50 right now.
See, here's the sign telling you not to put poopy toilet paper in the toilet. There's the yellow sanitary bag that if you wipe your shitty ass, you throw the TP in there. And the bum gun.
I mean,
so it's one or the other, right? Did you do both? Did you wipe your shitty ass and use the sanitary bag and then bum gun it?
No, I luckily all of my poos timed out to be in the morning, and I just shit, hosed my ass off with the bum gun, and hopped in the shower.
Nice. When and fuck it, do as the fucketicians do.
Oh, so the science term is a bidet sprayer.
Yeah.
Man, they're really.
But I searched it as bum gun, and those all came out. So,
and it must be because there was still a lot of, Shuddy, you missed this, but the tourist population of Singapore is heavily Australian and
that tracks.
Indian. The tourist makeup of Thailand. There's a lot of, Arabs, Arabic people, Muslims, a lot of Australians again, a lot of UK. Overwhelmingly Russian. Just everywhere you go are these just like fucking dead-eyed, potato-headed Russians. And
you got the chin straps like the MMA fighters?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God, I would not fuck with one of those guys. Those guys fucking scare me.
And they all just walk around just like mean mugging, like just walking right into you. Like they're the least friendly people I think I've ever encountered in my life. And it was funny because like anytime we would start talking to another couple, we made kind of like friends with this older couple from the UK. Two older couples actually from the UK. One, we did a cooking class, a Thai cooking class. Lovely older couple. The husband kind of looked like Bricktop from Snatch, and the wife looked a little bit like George C. Scott, but they were angels, just lovely, lovely, lovely people. And both of those couples, like when we started chatting with them, they were like, notice a lot of these Russians? And we're like, yeah, a lot of them, huh? What's going on with that? And they're like, well, it's essentially like once Putin invaded Ukraine, every country was like, all right, yeah, no Russian tourism. You guys are cut off. And Thailand is like one of 3 places on the earth that like lets Russians vacation there. So they all just flock to Thailand.
Do we let Russians vacation here?
I don't know.
Probably
now.
My ex Natalia had a Russian homie that had vacation here, but that was pre-pandemic, pre-Ukraine invasion.
Yeah. But so essentially that is why just all you saw walking around Phuket were just Russians. And they've even like,
America does allow Russian tourism.
I think it's probably a little easier and more exotic / tropical to go to Thailand than it is to fly all the way to America. And they've catered to it. Like all the signs, all the menus list, Russian amongst all of it, which was kind of interesting. But yeah, there's all the poo angles of the trip. A lot of random wild dogs and cats just roaming the streets, and they put up all these signs all over the place because you go out there and Carl's like, "Oh, puppy," but it's like, it looks like a friendly pup, but that is a wild animal. So do not approach the dogs you see just walking around. Just fucking let them be. Ignore them; they'll ignore you. A lot of scooters and bikes, dude. We saw when we realized that essentially to get around, we were going to need to just take taxis everywhere. Carl was like, well, why don't we rent a scooter? And I was like, ugh. I was paying attention on the taxi ride from the airport to the resort, and there do not appear to be any traffic laws. Like I did not see a single stop sign the entire time I was in Thailand.
I don't want to drive in that situation.
Especially in a scooter. Like, I could figure it out, but I've never really driven one. And the way they merge, it just appears to be random. It seems like everybody's just fucking winging it. And you pair that with driving on the wrong side of the road, and I was like, so you're willing to ride on the back of my scooter in Thailand?
Who knew Carl was such a daredevil and thrill seeker?
Well, I was like, I'll do it if you want to.
Loved him so much. This is their plan.
If you want to roll the dice, Kevin Kraft dying in a motorcycle accident in Thailand sounds very on brand.
So she did try to kill you while you were away. You just you monkey pawed her out of it.
Well, no, she Googled ourselves out of it because apparently you need to have an international driver's license if you're a foreigner.
They don't have fucking traffic laws with that. They have that one. They don't have stop signs, but you can ride a scooter without a fucking international license.
So is
there any? I don't think there's any scooter regulations in Long Beach. It's good. Hey, if you find it, cool. As long as you can download the app.
Well, no, these are like Vespa type scooters.
Yeah, no, I got you. I'm just saying.
But yeah, we went to this restaurant that it's all the restaurants there are kind of just like open floor plan type thing. So we're eating lunch. And our seats are facing this very busy street in Patong, which is kind of like Seaside Heights of Thailand. And we saw someone on a scooter lose control. And, the traffic there is epic. So most people get around on scooters to just weave in and out of it. And everywhere you go, there are scooters parallel parked, like sideways parked, just pressed up against each other. Like, I have no idea how they got them in, how they plan to get them out. Fucking straight up slammed into each other. And this person, who I'm guessing was a tourist, lost control of the bike. I think they were trying to stop and accidentally hit the throttle and just slammed into a row of motorcycles right in front of us. It was like Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Just like a set of dominoes. Knocked them all over. They're just like, flew off their scooter, got up, looked around, tried to pick up some of the bikes, realized they were fucked, got back on the scooter, and just peaced out. I was just like, hey, if there was no international driver's license needed, that would have been us.
Jeez.
So let's see, what else? Obviously, Thailand, very known for their massages. And Carl, that was one of the things she was looking forward to, is going to Thailand, getting a bunch of massages while we're there. And one of our first days, we're out walking around. I think it was in Patong. And we find, everywhere you go is weed shops and massage parlors. And Thailand is the first, and I believe still only country in Asia that has legalized weed. So all of the real estate, all of the businesses, I would say 80% of it is weed shops and massage parlors.
Did you and Carl get any Thai weed?
Yes.
You had to, right? You
Yeah.
have.
Yeah. So
How was it?
I mean, I hadn't smoked in about 8 months. So I went to I went to the fucking moon.
I gotta ask Carl then.
Carl was like, it was all right. It was fine. It's hard to compare anywhere in the world's weed when you live in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
but
I mean, we're the goats. We're the best weed in the world.
So we walk into this place and we're like, 2-hour-long massages. And the first thing they do is they sit you in these seats and they wash your feet off. And some dude comes over and starts washing my feet. And I look over at Carl and I was like, am I getting massaged by this dude? And she's like, I don't know. Probably. And I was just like,
Yeah, it's a tough one. What do you say? Like, no, Carl, I want a hot chick.
I mean, she knew that I was just like, fuck, I hope it's not this guy. Spoiler alert, it was that guy.
Carl, why don't you massage me?
I've never gotten a massage from a dude before. And
I've never gotten a massage, period.
I think of myself as a pretty progressive dude. This must be just like lingering born in 1982 homophobia, like the last shred of homophobia that's in me is I just don't want to
get rid of this one.
I just don't want to get massaged by a dude. Like, I'm not like, oh no, I'm going to get a boner and suddenly turn gay. It's just, I don't know. Massages.
Spoiler alert, he did.
Shut up, Shuddy. Massages are not sexual unless there's a happy ending coming, of course.
So is the problem.
But they're kind of sensual, at least borderline, right? I mean, you're just getting erotically rubbed, kind of.
I don't think. I mean, it's for muscle relaxation. I wouldn't say it's erotically rubbed unless.
I definitely wouldn't if I had a guy masseuse.
If someone starts rubbing you on the subway the way a masseuse rubs you, you're gonna be like, "Oh,
it would
God,
be sexual assault." Yes,
that was erotic.
It sure would be.
Yeah,
but
so I'm just like, and I'm not about to be like, "Oh, what the fuck, fucking dude, get this fucking guy out of here, give me a chick." I'm just like, all right, well, I guess I'm getting my first fucking massage from a dude, and we're in the same thing, like the same room. They just put a curtain between us, so Carl's right there, and the guy's like, "Here, put on this underwear," and he leaves. And I start stripping down, and I open up this sealed thing of like a fresh set of underwear, and I open it up, and I'm like, "No, you gave me the wrong thing. This is a blindfold." And I unfold this blindfold, and there's leg holes in it, and I was like, "Oh no, this is my underwear." This fucking thing was like mesh booty shorts, mesh to the point of like fishnet stockings, where you put these things on, and nutsack is hanging out everywhere. This does not keep anything intact. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, why don't you just sit in the waiting room?
I don't know. I didn't want to be a jerk off.
It's not like they're going to see you again.
I know, but
this guy.
I feel bad.
This
I felt bad. So I lay down on the thing, and the spa music is playing, and it's like the end credits music from like, movie where a dog dies or fucking Schindler's List. And then this guy comes in, and he's rubbing my ass, and now I'm just sitting there getting my ass rubbed to fucking sad movie end titles music, and I'm just like, this sucks. How did I fucking find myself in this situation?
Carl, you're goddamn with boo-boos.
Starts rubbing my inner thigh, and now his knuckles are grazing my fucking nutsack through this mesh blindfold I'm wearing as underwear, and I'm just like, hey, how did I get from point A to point B? How did my life lead me to this moment? It was the longest hour of my life. We got done, and they get dressed, and Carl, I meet up with Carl, and she's like, "Oh my God, I was so stressed out just from all this travel and whatnot, but like, I have never felt more relaxed." And I was like, "This is the most stressed out I've ever been in my life."
You're smoking cigarettes.
I'm crying like it's the crying game in the shower. Like, I did this move where, you're lying with your face through the cutout of the table, and he comes around to the top of it, and he's doing this move where it's almost like he's got an invisible rolling pin, and he's going down my spine from my shoulders to my ass, but really fast and rough. And his fucking wiener straight up bonked me on the top of my head. Like, there was through the pants, but schlong bonkage. Bonking me on the top of my head. I was just like, yeah.
Dude, did they obviously spoke some sort of English, right?
Yeah.
Like the receptionist?
Yeah.
Why didn't you ask for a chick?
Again, I'm there with Carl, and I'm just like, hey, it just all was weird, and I was just like, this is going to suck either way. I'll just play this through. I'll let it play through and get through the weirdness.
Why would it suck either way? I thought you liked massages.
I do, but like, we had a massage scheduled through the resort because they have like a spa on the premises. So like that was the next day, and I was just like, I told Carl, I'm like, I really fucking hope that tomorrow's massage is a chick, because if you
explained it to her, it's not like a sexual thing. Like, this guy hit me in the head with his dick.
I did. I did explain that to her, and she had a very good laugh at my expense. And she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow it will be a chick." And it was. And
Nice.
I finally got to get my actual relaxing massage where I'm not just like completely tensed up. Like, how many times is this guy schlong going to hit the top of my fucking head?
Did you roll over with a boner?
Like, he's combing my hair with his wiener.
Do you think they have like a rub and tug situation there? I mean, they have to, right?
Honestly, it was really hard to figure out because I know that's a common thing. I know prostitution is pretty big in Thailand. But all of these places, when you walked by, they all have just like a huge glass window front, and you see through it, and all you see are the individual beds. So unless they're willing to like pull the curtain, you don't get like an individual room, and jack you off with other people listening through a curtain. I don't understand how it happens.
Wait, can you see people getting massaged as you're walking by?
I wasn't looking. I just noticed that they were all glass storefronts. So pretty much every single one, like this place took us upstairs, so maybe there's an upstairs element to them. This is the only one we went into. But they're everywhere, literally like 4 or 5 per block, and all the women are sitting out front, just like massage, trying to like lure people in. And some of them look a little bit more hookery, sex workery than others. Like a lot of just like heavily made up plastic surgery. You can see they got like big honkers. So I was wondering, I'm like, I wonder if that's one of the places that'll jack you off. But again, I'm spoken for man there with my girlfriend, not looking for anybody to jack me off.
Fair enough.
I imagine if you were a single person, you might be able to find your way there. I just don't see the path forward. We did go to, I'll cue this up so you know that this story is locked in and ready to go. I went to a ping pong show. And if you know what a ping pong show is in Thailand, you know what's coming.
I just need to understand how it was not okay to change to a woman masseuse, but it was okay to go to a ping pong show. Like,
I
the
think
way
probably
that your brain works needs to be studied.
Because I am not
I'm going to ask
interacting.
my chat GPT what a ping pong show is in Thailand. We'll see what it says.
I'll save you the rainforest. It involves vaginas. I was not interacting physically with any of the vaginas or ping pongs. I think just being an audience member makes it okay. But anyway, first, Carl wanted to go to a Ladyboy show. So we found
Dude, this sounds
place.
like a terrible vacation.
The Ladyboy show was essentially like a Vegas-style cabaret. So there wasn't like any nudity. It wasn't really hyper-sexualized. It was like a Vegas show where they're wearing big, gaudy costumes with huge feathers and shit, choreographed dance routines, and they basically like lip-sync to popular songs and big, elaborate set pieces between all of them, which I will say, as somebody who doesn't give a flying fuck about singing and dancing and all that shit, it was impressive, the technical aspect of it. Like, they really did seamlessly change these big, giant, elaborate sets out and then have, ladyboys come out who, I know the question on the tip of your brain, Jeff, like, oh, how convincing are they? Which, I guess if you're there under the guise of seeing ladyboys, you're probably not going to be tricked by all of them. Because they mostly kind of just look like Mar-a-Lago bimbos, like just big, giant, blown-out lips, and clearly everything on them is meticulously sculpted and obviously an unnatural look. Just because, nobody is born looking that way. Like, Michael Jackson noses, enormous lips that look like someone's having an allergic reaction. But there are definitely, like, I was like, wait a second, is this 100% ladyboy? Because that looks like a very, very feminine woman right there. Again, I don't really give a flying fuck about singing and dancing. This is just something Carl wanted to do, and I was like, all right, yeah, sure. When in Thailand, let's fucking do it. It's a way to do an activity at night. And the when the show is over, it was like an hour and a half. You walk into the lobby, and they're all just like calling, like, "Come take pictures with us!" Like every song was fronted by a different woman, and then they were all just lined up at the exit, like, "Come take a picture." So Carl and I were like taking pictures with them, and then it was very similar to the Walk of Fame in Hollywood, where you take a picture with Spider-Man, and then they're like, how about you grease my palms a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Like, they all wanted tips afterwards. I was like, fuck, tricked us. But it was interesting. It was fine. Not my thing, but I like just getting different experiences. I wouldn't normally seek out a fucking cabaret show, but I saw it. And it's like, all right, cool, did that.
Yeah, went and fuck it,
But then we went to, a little further into Patong, which is, like I said, kind of like Seaside Heights, very boardwalky, party-ish, if you will, section of the city. And boy, that place at night is a whole different bag. So Carl and I were talking and like joking about like the ping pong shows and stuff, and you walk down these streets and it's rows of bars, clubs, all this stuff, and everybody is out there trying to like very aggressively get your money. They want you in their bar. They have these printout like, flyers, I guess, or whatever, and be like, "Hey, this is what we got. Here's our menu. Come in, get a drink. It's 100 baht for a beer. Come in. The first woman who was like, ping pong show, I was like, ooh, huh? And Carl was like, yeah, all right, let's go. Let's see what's up. So,
and Carl knew what a ping pong show was?
Yeah. And this woman showed us this cardboard printout that was like, live sex show, bath show, fucking, pussy fucking, lesbian show. And I was just like, oh yeah, baby. Let's, all of the above. Let's fucking do it. So,
you know what I had to put up with, Carl, to get to this point? We're going into that ping pong show. Get my paddle. Give me my paddle.
So this barker brings us into the bar. They take us to their bouncers or whatever. They check our passports. They frisk us. They wand us. We pay our fees. The entry fee comes with a drink order, so we tell them what drink we want. They bring us in and they sit us right up front. So the stage in this strip club is a very narrow but long length of the whole building stage. A lot of poles, in between the poles, bathtubs. I'm just like, okay. I remember that lady saying there's a bath show, so interesting. And at every pole is a stripper, and they're topless and in thongs. And they kind of just, dance in place. They're not like reaching out to you like, dance, dance. They're kind of just there.
The Vegas model.
Shaking their titties, wailing their butts. And then a shorter, stocky-ish, older woman comes out, and she's kind of got like a tube top on and like a little mini skirt. And this lady comes out, and she starts doing what I can only describe as pussy magic. So she starts pulling things out of her pussy. I think she pulled like a string out, like a rope, that every few inches had like a little loofah. And it's like a magician, pulling, an endless handkerchief out of their pocket. She's just unfurling all this stuff and then holding it out and sniffing the loofah and holding it up to people so they can sniff the loofah. And
did you sniff it?
No, luckily I didn't get offered.
Did Carl sniff?
No,
did Carl sniff it?
She did not hold it out to us. But then, so like in between, like they go off and then they come back and they'll do like a little bit of a changing of the guards of the women stripping at the poles. By the way, the women at the poles partake in zero pussy magic. It's these like older women that come out and just
with more experience
put on something that is more jaw-dropping than anything I've ever seen on America's Got Talent. Like, these ladies deserve a lot of commendation for what they do. This woman then comes out and takes 2 cigarettes, lays on her back, doubles her legs over, puts them in her pussy, holds a lighter up to it, takes a drag and lights them, and proceeds to smoke these 2 cigarettes with her pussy, leaving like a Shelley Duvall in The Shining ledge of ash. Within 45 seconds, she smoked both these cigarettes down to the filter.
Oh my God. I am so aroused.
That cannot be good for her.
Sounds great. Oh, yeah.
Then she comes out. So I start seeing like a woman walking around in the crowd holding like a bundle of, like plastic rods with balloons on the end of them. And I was like, oh shit, there must be like selling nitrous balloons or something. She just starts giving them to people. And she's like, hold it up. The woman comes back out with a fucking blow dart gun, lays on her back, shoves it in her pussy, and pops every balloon in the audience with a fucking blow dart.
This is incredible pussy magic.
William Tell style accuracy. I couldn't fucking believe that she's shooting needles into the audience. Like she could easily miss and just nail somebody in the eye with a pussy dart.
Yeah. Not the kind of pussy magician this lady is. You can put some respect on her name, Kevin.
Dude, so like I said, the very, very long stage. So then they take a break and they start playing this like intense music. The lights dip down a little bit more, and a woman in a robe leading a guy comes out. And I'm like, ooh, this must be the live porking I've heard so much about.
Hey, wait, that's from masseuse.
And Carl is just like, I don't want to see this. All this stuff has been entertaining and funny. I don't want to see 2 people fuck in front of me. And they get in the bathtub. Woman takes her robe off. She's butt-ass naked. The guy starts washing her with what looked like a bum gun.
Was she hot?
Yeah. Yeah. Super hot.
Or was the guy hot?
Here's the question I really wanted to ask. So he's
I was
wearing
throwing some deflection.
he's wearing some like mesh booty shorts like I wore when that guy bonked me in the head with his wiener. And
Dude, it was the masseuse.
he gets a boner. And I'm just like, all right, so they are gonna fuck? And this like sensual song is playing, and he's just like rinsing and soaping her up with a loofah, and then she's kind of soaping him up. And Carl's just got her head buried in her hands, like, please, 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 please. Like the last thing she wanted to see in the world is these two people fuck. And they didn't. It must have been the bath show, I guess. So he just walks away with his boner. And the old
Been there before.
the pussy magic ladies come back out, and she's got a jug of water, and I'm just like, oh God, now what's gonna happen? She squats over it and shoots like 3 live fish into it.
Oh. These ladies are talented.
They take another break. Now, in the meantime, this is a lot of time to spend in a strip club, and anybody who's ever been to a strip club knows it's essentially like being in a cab with a running fare. The more time you're spending there, money is just being sucked out of your pocket. And we had one very, very aggressive stripper who came over to us, and we tried to shoo her away, and she wasn't listening. She wanted to give me a lap dance, and I was like, It was like that Tom Hardy meme from Fury Road. I was just like, that's a trap. I was like, nope. You can dance for her, but you cannot dance for me. I was like, that's my girlfriend. No. So she's just like hassling Carl, and she's just like, this is weird and awkward. I don't know what to do. Just let it happen. And of course, she's just like, buy me a drink. And I'm just like, all right.
The stripper.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck, what do you want? What do you want? She's like, tequila. Do shots of tequila with me. I'm like, I'm not doing shots of tequila. And then she was like, well, get a drink. And I'm like, all right, fine. Give me a beer. Give me a Tiger. So then she's just like, I want 3 shots of tequila. And I'm just like, I'm getting flashbacks of when I worked for the Stern Show, and we went to, not Scores, but the other one. Forget what it is. But the night ended with 2 strippers dragging me across the street to buy them fucking cigarettes and lottery tickets. And I'm just like, this can't fucking happen again. And I'm just like, all right.
That's a dark time in your life.
So she puts a drink order in. The guy comes over with the shots, and she forces me and Carl to take the 2 extra tequila shots, and I get a beer. She does her shot. Now she's like, tip him. And I'm tipping the guy that brought the drinks. Now she's like, tip me. I'm fucking tipping her. And it got to the point where we had to just be like, you're done with us. You have gotten enough of our money. Move on to that fucking dead-eyed, potato-headed Russian over there. Leave us alone. Pussy magic lady comes out again. Mind you, these women never show their titties. They always keep their tops on. They have like a little skirt with nothing on underneath it, so they're like pulling it up when they, put a blow dart in there or something. She comes out, and she's just like digging in her vagina. And Carl and I are looking at each other like, what the fuck now? Like, now what is going to happen? This is the fucking craziest night ever. What is she going to do? She pulls out a live parakeet.
She pulls out a little person. Oh, live what?
A live parakeet.
She had a parakeet in her kuchana?
Yes.
I think that's a bird.
Yeah, it is, Jeff.
It's not a mammal.
Look at you.
Okay, nice.
She has it perched on her finger, and then she perches it on like the bar in front of like the whole, runway. So everybody can see this is not a robot.
Did you smell the parakeet?
No. She tried to get me to hold it, and I was like, I believe you. You can keep the parakeet.
I need to hold that. Thank you. Put that on my shoulder.
And then mind you, this is all before the ping pong show. And I'm just like, this just keeps getting fucking crazier and crazier. There's no way the ping pong show competes with any of this, but I just want to see it so I can say I saw it. So at this point, we're just waiting it out. And then, maybe the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. The pussy magicians come back. She starts tugging at her kuchana. finds a string, starts pulling it out, and she keeps pulling, and I start seeing something shiny, and I'm like, what is going on there? And by the 6th or 7th one, I can clearly see the razor blades.
No.
And she keeps going. And there must have been at least 24 razors.
Fuck.
So she came out like with a fistful of plastic straws. So we're just like, all right, what is she going to do with the straws? Like, we already saw her pop a bunch of balloons with a blow dart. What is she going to blow bubbles in milk? Like, what? She brought that out to prove. So every couple lengths, she took the razor and was going flip, 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 and chopping the straws off in sections to prove that they were real razors. And she did it to like every couple links to prove that these are all real razors. And
Did you get up and clap?
Yes! I stood up and was cheering. And I was like, oh my God! And I'm looking around, and I literally said, what the fuck is wrong with all you people? Because nobody was reacting. It's all these dead-eyed Russians just sitting there like, duh. I'm like, are you seeing this? I was literally like eye to eye with people. Are you seeing this? How are you not reacting? Like, standing ovation, I'm clapping, I'm throwing...
They're like, you should see what we make the Ukrainians do.
I'm just throwing bot at this lady, just like, I cannot I was like bowing to her, like, you are a national treasure. Holy shit. You just pulled 24 razors out of your pussy. I thought the craziest thing I was going to see was that goddamn parakeet. And before that, I thought the craziest thing I was going to see was your, like, sniper accuracy blowing pussy darts out. But my jaw was on the floor. I couldn't fucking believe it. It was incredible. It was fucking incredible. And then they did the ping pong show, and I was like, what? She literally just came out with a bucket of ping pongs, real quick, shoved it in her pussy, popped it out into her hand, and then bent over and held the ping pong ball like this between her fingers, placed it like on her grundle area, completely bent over, and then like kind of snapped her fingers and shot the ping pongs out. So she wasn't like filling her pussy up with ping pongs and then like blah, 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 like a Nerf gun shooting them out at people. She would just put it in there and like immediately shoot it back into her hand and then snap it and shot them into the audience. And everybody was like, oh, hey, whoa. Like,
so she was essentially doing what kids used to do with nickels in their fingers, right?
Yes.
Like,
and I was like, man, that was the ping pong show. And I look over at Carl, who's just like drenched in sweat, just like having a nervous breakdown. I'm like, all right, we can leave now. Saw the ping pong show.
We are closing this place down, Carl. Let's get that lady back. Let's get some more shots.
Dude, it was wild.
So it's like, is it like a nature or nurture thing? Like, are these Thai girls like born with like pussy projectile powers?
Well, it's only these two like mama sans doing it. They were like way older than all the other chicks. They were really short and, stocky.
Mr. Miyagi's of pussy projecting.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like an apprentice program because like while all this is happening,
were they attractive?
I mean, they were cute, not. Yeah.
Had you not seen all that stuff, you'd have been down, right? Well, single, Kevin.
Sure. But then again, single Kevin, who's he saying no to?
Hopefully the masseuse.
But boy, it was gnarly, man. I'm telling you, I've seen some shit. I spent 5 years working for the Howard Stern Show, fucking 12 years with Ellis. Outside of that, I've found myself in some very strange situations my entire life. And that, holy shit, I was at a loss for words. I was, and it was so funny because you remember how I was talking about I met like the night before was when I met that second older UK couple. And it's really weird because Phuket just seems like very partyish, very wild, also like a little dirty and run down. And there's all these like posh British people there. And it's like, how does this land with you? So we shared a tuk-tuk, which is kind of like those.
Butt stuff.
Like a
Jeff.
rickshaw?
No, it's like a motorized thing, but it's like a golf. It's almost like a golf cart mixed with a pickup truck with a canopy over it, and it's like a cheaper option than just a taxi. So we took quite a few of those, and this couple was going to the same place we were, so they shared the ride with us, and we were kind of talking with them, and they were talking about this is their 10th trip to Phuket. They go like every 2 years, and they fucking love it. And we just happened to see them the day after the ping pong show at the elephant sanctuary that we went to. And we're like, holy shit, it's you guys. And we were like, what did you guys get up to last night? They're like, oh, we went to a very fine dinner. We went to this Indian restaurant. It was delicious. You know, we had a few drinks and went back to our resort and went to bed. How about you guys? And Carl was just like, ugh. And I was like, dude, went to a ping pong show. And he was like, oh. And she was like, oh, don't get him all excited. He's going to want to go tonight. And he's like, I went to one of those one time in Amsterdam, and this young lady had bananas, and she was bloop. And he was like pantomiming, like shoving them up his vagina. And I was like, dude, wait till you hear what we fucking saw. And he was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Couldn't fucking believe it. I really hope before he went back, he talked his, because she kept saying like, oh, don't keep going on about that. You're only going to make him want to go more. And if, you know, they went to a banana show in Amsterdam, yeah, maybe they're the type of people that would also go to a ping pong show in Thailand.
I mean,
But
I don't know. It feels like they didn't divulge all the information they could have. Like, how do you go there 10 times and not see one ping pong show?
they must just, you know, like I said, they were older. They seemed very posh, and they must have just been like, you know, no, thanks. Because I think they've also, it's not always Phuket. I think they've gone to like a bunch of like Chiang Mai and Bangkok, and which I'm sure
where there's no ping pong shows.
Bangkok gets super wild. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess they've somehow just been like, nah, not interested. No thanks. But yeah, he seemed very interested after I pitched him on that.
You guys should have just went together. You guys should have went back.
The elephant sanctuary was pretty fucking cool. I got to I've seen elephants at zoos before, but never just like, hey, go interact with this elephant. And they kind of pitch it as like, you know, in Thailand they used to use them. What do they call them? There's like a term for it. It's not like worker beasts. Like beasts of burden, something like no, it's not service animals, but like, you know, ox, like they use them for chores. And like there was a big section of Thailand that was doing logging and using elephants to like pull the logs, and eventually people shamed them into stopping that practice. And then these sanctuaries sprouted up that sort of rescued any elephants, because they also used to train them kind of like circusy, which, you know, we now know is not the chillest thing to do to an elephant. They really do not like it. So these sanctuaries have elephants they've rescued from logging, from performing and stuff. And the elephants aren't, you know, they're not like forced really into doing stuff with you. Like when you get there, you prep all this food. They like bring out a mortar and pestle, and you mash up bananas and seeds, and you wrap it up in a banana leaf, and you make these like treats. And the elephants see it, and they're like, oh, fuck yeah, food. So they come over, and they interact with you, and you get to feed them the stuff. And once they see that you're out of food, they're like, all right, peace out. And they just walk away. So they really only interact with you because, you know, you feed them, and they give them clean water and stuff. So we tried to do as much research as possible and go to a place that, you know, we knew we weren't going to be interacting with any exploited animals that didn't want to interact with us. And they seemed very friendly. I hope that was the case, because I love animals and I don't want to contribute to any animals, you know, being fucked with like that and living terrible lives. But they hugged me. Check this out. I like went over to these two elephants, and they just like started hugging me with their trunks. And I was just like, very scared because those trunks are way stronger than I expected. I was like, I'm either about to get snapped in half or these guys like me. And I think they like me, despite how terrified I look in that picture.
Looks like the elephant's smiling.
It does, right? And I know animals can't smile, so that's just like human projection. But
Is it really? Because I feel like little mama smiles all the time.
I think it's just wishful thinking on humans' parts when an animal's mouth forms something smile-like. I don't think they actually smile when they're happy.
I hate that take, and I will not subscribe to it. I don't give a fuck what scientist backs you up on that one. It's a stupid point. I mean, Shuddy, you're a fucking dog owner. Don't you want to believe when your dog looks like he's or she is smiling that they are?
Yeah, 100%.
It's fucking bullshit science. Like,
I could be wrong.
I wish you would unsay that.
I could be wrong.
I think you are wrong.
Well, hello. Speaking of, hello, sir.
Oh, is this a smiling
I'm
animal?
gonna ask ChatGPT. Actually, fuck this. I need to know. Let me get rid of this ping pong show prompt.
Were you outside in the rain?
You know what else is interesting? We met this other couple that were like a Canadian couple. That they did ask about the podcast. So if you're listening, shout out to you.
Nice.
What up, Gwen and Ken? But,
Thanks for flying out to Thailand just to meet Kevin.
Yeah. Thanks for coming out to see my movie and only that. By the way,
oh my God! I told you. I pretty much told everyone on MSPH. That's why you're out here, huh?
I did pitch them John Cooper as well. I was like, well, I got your ear for a second. Here's a flyer.
Here's a movie your fellow countrymen love.
But they were telling me that they signed up for a trip. The husband told me, he was like, yeah, we're at a fat resort. And he was like, I just say it like that, but it's, it's not really like a fat camp, but it is an exercise resort. So they found it on Instagram. And mind you, they did not seem like fat people. They were, I think, in their 60s and looked like your average 60-year-old. But he also did say that, like, preparing for this trip, he had been putting in effort and lost, like, a significant amount of weight. So that could be why I was like, why were you guys there? Because she looked great, he looked great. But they signed up for this thing where you are at an exercise resort and they wake you up in the morning and everything is
camp.
Yeah, it's a boot camp. It's all this stuff. They have they yoga in the afternoon. You're doing cardio here. You're doing exercise with weights here, and all these classes.
Okay, get that.
You are taking them, and then all the meals that you're served. Everything is measured out. You're eating clean. It's all this healthy stuff. So people sign up for these things to lose weight, and they were saying that there was one guy there, like from France, who had just like this enormous belly. And they were like, because they had, they signed up. I think they were there for 10 days. And they're like, how long are you here for? And he's like, I might be a lifer because I'm not allowed to leave until I lose weight. And I haven't lost a pound.
Wait, why?
Who's
permitting him? Yeah, who's permitting him from leaving?
I think they were like, they think he came from like a rich family and his family signed them up. Because they said like a lot of people extend their stay. And I was like, how do so many people have the time and freedom to just fly to Thailand for a weight loss resort and then just extend their trips? And they're like, well, a lot of people are on the clock. So they're all like working from their hotel rooms. So they didn't actually take time off from work. They just work this around their schedule. But this guy was like the Van Wilder of this resort where he's just there indefinitely. He's like, I don't know when I'm going home, but they were like, he didn't participate in any of the fucking activities. He wasn't exercising. He wasn't eating the special diet. This guy's there just fucking off. And he's just there in purgatory, which I was like, man, I would love to watch a documentary on that guy or write a movie about it. But I thought that was like super interesting that was their vacation. And, after we did the elephant sanctuary, they drop us off at a restaurant where part of the package is they prepay for a meal. So it was us and this dude from Queens who was just there solo. It was like the five of us, and we just had a very nice lunch together, and they were all super fucking chill and fun to chat with. And I found that weight loss resort whole thing extremely interesting. And the last part of our tour, our final full day, we did this boat tour, which was pitched to us by the resort. And it's an all-day thing where a boat takes you and a whole bunch of other tourists on like a 5-island stop. It's called, and man, you're going to love this, the PP Islands.
Nice.
To which the tour guides made a lot of PP jokes, which I very much appreciated. But
yeah, that's your lowbrow humor right there.
So they took us to Monkey Island, which I don't know if you saw the Instagram story there, but they would not let us dock there. But it's a tiny island with a beach, and we pulled up to the cliffs and just monkeys everywhere. And they can swim in the ocean. They eat the crabs and stuff. So all the crabs that like climb up the cliff, they just chase them, grab them, fucking eat them. But they're like, yeah, they are not friendly at all. They're hostile. So if we were to dock, these monkeys would come and kick your fucking ass. And it's it's kind of like if you get bitten by a raccoon, they just like assume you have rabies if you get bitten by one of these monkeys. So we did not want to fuck with the monkeys, but we went to a lagoon where I guess they filmed parts of Jurassic Park 2 and one of the Pierce Brosnan Bond movies, which was fucking sweet. We went to this small island where we walked 45 seconds from one side of it to the other, and it's like fully populated. I think they said like 2,000 people live there, and I think it was called PP Don. Another sick name. But they gave us like, that was where we had lunch, and they gave us 45 minutes to kind of just explore the island, and it was all kind of the same thing. It was a lot of souvenir stores, people trying to get us to go in and get tattoos, to which I was like, thanks, but no thanks. But I just couldn't believe it. Like, I even said to Carl while we were just sitting at this restaurant, eating lunch with a beach view, I'm like, can you imagine just being one of the people that lives on this island? Like, it probably takes you a million years to get your Amazon packages, but what a fucking interesting life, just living on a small Thai island with like 2,000 people. And every other building is either souvenirs, tattoos, or ice cream.
You like that?
Yeah. We stopped at a place and went snorkeling, and like to the point where the floor of the ocean is just all reefs and sea urchins, and the fish aren't even fucking scared of you. They're all just swimming up, and it was like that guy's wiener. They're just bonking you in the head. Zero fear of humans, these fish. They're just like, hey, what's up, dude? Swimming up into my goggles, bonking the goggles. But it was dope. It was a very, very cool trip. We went to Maya Bay. That was another stop on there where they shot scenes from the beach, that Leo movie.
I've never even seen that one.
I'm a big fan. I think it kicks ass. But
I thought it got shit on when it came out, and it got shit on. Like, it's like one of like the dark spots in his history, one of the weak points of his filmography.
Yeah, I
but
saw
is
that
that just
before
like
I was
bullshit?
I think so, at least. I saw it before I was like knew what critics thought about movies, and I just thought it was a kick-ass Leo flick. The biggest bummer about all of these things was just the amount of tourists. Like, we were on a boat with like 30 people, and then every spot we went to was just filled with all these other boats with 30 people on them. Like in the lagoon, they took us on like almost like a skinny little gondola thing from the big boat so we could go deeper into the lagoon. And they put me and Carl with this Egyptian dude who just did a photo shoot, like spread eagle at the top of the boat. And the crew member from the agency is like, hey, get together. We'll take pictures of you guys. And this guy would not leave this poor woman alone. He spent like a half hour of her like berating her like, no, take the picture more like this. And like Carl and I couldn't figure out what the fuck this guy was trying to explain to her. And, you know, she has limited English. And we're like, what does this guy fucking expect? And he's just like getting back on like the bow of this tiny little gondola thing, spread eagle in his weird little shorts. I'm just like, ugh, God, this guy's essentially just loading up for his Tinder profile. Just more poses. Like, she must have taken a billion pictures, and just this guy just kept criticizing. I'm like, man, I feel really bad. When it's our turn, we should show mercy on this lady and not take a fuckload of pictures. But it like the over tourism just kind of was a bit of a bummer to see, and I felt a little guilty contributing to it because the water, you know, still looks like green Gatorade. It's like how much of the Earth's shared ocean doesn't look like chocolate milk and is just like toxic at this point. We found this one place that still had just like beautiful aquamarine water, and here we are fucking it up. And I was like, man, I wish if I knew ahead of time, I probably wouldn't have wanted to sign up for this. But that's it. That was the trip. I apologize if that was boring, just hearing a vacation recap, but hopefully the pussy magic made it more interesting.
Well, no, I had fun touring Southeast Asia with you.
I mean, I landed last night. I'm coming off of spending 17 hours in the air, and I had 2 meetings today before doing MSPH. So when this Patreon show is done that we're going to record, I'm probably going to crash out. Fucking horde.
You gonna smoke pot?
No.
I'll put you down?
I smoked pot last night.
No, you don't want to start a habit, huh? Become a fucking junkie.
Well, I mean, we had to pick up Lucy from Carl's mom's place, and then I had zero clean shit to wear. So I was up last night doing laundry and unpacking and getting everything ready. And then I was just like, all right, it's 2:00 in the morning. I need to smoke weed, get back on LA time, hopefully beat the jet lag, but I feel it. It's going to fuck me up.
Is she getting right back into yoga?
Yeah, I think she has a class tomorrow, yeah. Well, I guess, you know, now that we're back on track, we kind of have to do NFL Pick Them.
It's presumptuous to think of you for you to think that we did pick thems last week without you.
What, on the Patreon show?
Yeah.
Well, I don't. We did them on this show 2 weeks ago.
We did, but we also let ChatGPT do your picks for you last week, so you do have.
Oh shit! Okay.
But to recap the week before, well, we all went 5-1, so there was no change in the.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
We picked all of the same teams.
But as we said, Aunt ChatGPT made your picks, and this was a week of bummers, because ChatGPT didn't do so bad for you, Kevin. You went 3-3.
I knew I hated AI.
I managed to only go 1-5.
Whoa!
Oh no!
Whoa!
I know I got one.
Geoff went 5-1.
Oh, nice.
So,
dude, I've been on a fucking heater in the NFL.
Kevin is in the rear at 32-28. With Geoff's 5-1 and my 1-5, he has tied me for first place at 34-26.
Am I fucking stupid, or do we have good records somehow?
Yeah, dude, 34-26 is my record in the Vegas contest that I'm in, and that puts me in 642nd place out of 5,684 people.
Look at us, a bunch of fucking sports ball geniuses.
In week 12 of this season, Jeff has as many wins as he did in week 14 last year. And we
Did I pick
picked
against the
significantly
Giants?
less.
Is that what I did? I pick against the Giants last week? Is that my only loss? Jesus Christ.
We didn't even pick the Giants last week.
Oh, I wonder why I won 5-1.
I don't know how I fucked that up. I better put them on this week then.
Well, no, they're next Monday, so
Oh, that you're right, they are against the Patriots. So, Jeff, I mean, I've made my picks already. The 6 that we are picking are Thursday's first game, Green Bay versus Detroit.
Oh, God.
I'll take the Fudge Packers.
I also took the Packers. Kevin, Packers or Lions?
I mean, the only thing I know about football is that the Jets suck and the Lions suck. But aren't the Lions doing kind of good this year?
Yeah, their
Barely.
new head coach turned their franchise around.
But I guess the Packers are doing better. You know what? I'll zag. I'll try and get a point here. I'll take the Lions.
The Lions? All right, Kevin, your pick to win the Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs take on the Dallas Cowboys.
Queefing it up, baby.
Second game on Thursday.
I'm queefing into a fucking blow dart gun and popping some balloons.
I also took the Chiefs because I cannot pick the Cowboys.
Fuck.
Oh!
Oh, I'll take the Chiefs. Fuck.
All right. The Baltimore Edgar Allan Poes versus the Cincinnati Bungholes. Both doing very poorly this year. I'm taking the Ravens.
I'm taking the bungholes because it's funnier. Oh,
Yeah, I'll take the Ravens. I might end up betting the Bengals on the spread, though. It's a big number.
Then the Black Friday game, Chicago Bears versus the Philadelphia Spread Eagles.
I know you took the Eagles, Shuddy, but I feel like they've been winning a lot.
They also lost this week to the Cowboys, and the Bears have been on a tear.
Well, I feel like if I pick against them, they're gonna win again. So I'll take the Eagles. I feel like that makes
I took
Shuddy
the
Boy
Cowboys
smile.
last week. I'll go with the Bears. Dude, well, let me nerd out for a second, real quick, Kevin, with Shuddy here. That loss that you guys took was really bad. Really
It
bad.
was.
Like you guys were up 21-0.
It
AJ
looked like
Brown
it
had
was
his
gonna
best
be
game.
It looked like it was going to be a fucking boat race.
Yeah,
And-
AJ Brown had with your defense and running game, you should have buried that fucking team. Like there's something wrong with your offense.
There's something really wrong with the offense.
And Dak's a baller, or he's having a great season. Like those wide receivers are nasty. So, like I wasn't surprised they got to 21, but I mean, you still should have buried them. That was kind of a crazy loss. Anyways,
Houston Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts. I'm taking
gonna
the
go-
Colts.
I'll go Texans.
I'm with Jeff.
All right. And then the Sunday night game, the Denver Broncos versus the Washington Commanders.
I'll go Broncos.
I also chose the Broncos.
But yeah, I
T-Bone.
gotta go Broncos.
T-Bone. Oh wait, no, he
he's
likes
a
the
Bills
Bills,
fan.
right? The different B team. I got confused.
Yep.
All right,
And that's
have we-
it. We have completed the 6 games we're picking.
Guess what, everybody? We just picked them. Well, that'll do it, my friends. Thank you for showing us mercy on the internet for taking a week off. You know, I feel like a lot of people take Thanksgiving week off, so we're here for that. Give you something to listen to on your commute, perhaps. And if you got a long commute, or you just want to support a kick-ass podcast, you can go to patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Sign up for the Patreon. I recommend the $10 tier because then you get Queef or No Queef, Kevin's Nerd Hole, What the Fuck Did I Just Watch with Shuddy and Dom, Between Two Flushes and Snack Attacks with Geoff.
Dragon Ball Queef.
Dragon Ball Queef. We just got a new one that just posted on Friday, which I believe was a very fun episode. So if you like anime, or the idea of Geoff being forced to watch an anime and then talk about it is interesting to you, you are going to like Dragon Ball Queef. Sorry, Shuddy, I cut you off.
I was just going to say, Dom and I were going to record a What the Fuck Did I Just Watch tonight, because I scheduled it not knowing we were recording tonight. So that's been punted to next week, and we're going to do 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, my bad. My bad, fellas.
We watched, Is This a Zombie, right?
Yeah.
That was the Dragon Ball Queef episode you guys can check out.
Yep. So that is all there waiting for you. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. And you can also check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. We're trying keeping it SEO friendly for you. And Geoff, you've got Outkick Bets with Jeff Clark. What's on the docket for that?
NFL Week 13. Yeah, just NFL handicapping Week 13. So I'm going to record it Wednesday morning. Got 3 Thanksgiving games. Got a Black Friday game featuring Shuddy's team. Full slate. So I've been on fire lately, fellas. 7 straight winning weeks in my Vegas contest.
Oh, dang.
6 straight NFL winners in my Outkick newsletter pick of the day. So I'm seeing it well. And I need to pay for these NBA losses. So robbing Peter to pay Paul.
There you go. Check it out. You can also follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeff Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. And if you wouldn't mind throwing an extra follow to at John Cooper Movie. Had a meeting today about that. Very exciting. So if you want to get ahead of things and get yourself a second coming of John Cooper official movie poster, all 3 of us got one hanging up. You don't want to miss out on that, do you? And it is the perfect Christmas gift for the Puminati in your life, or somebody who just likes dick jokes. Or if you want to get ahead of the curve and be like, yeah, check it out. Before that movie was like a smash hit, I had a poster for it signed by the writer and director and guy who has 2 lines in the movie. Check me out. Go to etsy.com/shop/John Cooper Movie. Is that it? Did we do it? I think we did it.
It feels like it's done.
All 3 of us just came in our pants, everybody. So, thank you all for listening. And until next time, something.